All right, we back. Episode 2. My man Dogon here. JV, we finna get back into it. To sort of, as we move through this process and trying to refine everything and make it better, we're trying to add in some elements, see what works, see what doesn't. So we're going to start off every episode with a little rundown, 5 topics each on stuff that we want to touch on briefly before we get into what we talking about overall. So I'll kick it off. My number one topic in the rundown, I want to talk about this Cleveland situation, the Cleveland Cavaliers. You know how I feel about that double standard with LeBron, and it's in play once again. They're 8-7, gotten off to a slow start, but he's putting up his numbers. So inevitably, when they lose, either in the playoffs or the finals this year, because they won't win, I'm going to pull out whatever hair is on my head when ESPN tells me that LeBron didn't have any help, which is going to happen.
Yeah, because he does.
See, and you're doing it. No, yes, he does. He does have help. He does have. You can't have it both ways.
That's a can of worms, bro.
You can't. you can't have it both ways and be a favorite to make it to the finals or win, but in failure, you can in retrospect say he didn't have enough help. It's one or the other. Either they're a team that if everything goes well, they can win, but if not, they'll lose, or they're just not that good. But you can't say he has no help, but you're still a prohibited favorite to get to the championship.
I mean, but I'm just asking you this question. If he just gets all his numbers,
yeah,
and then, somebody else over here goes 4 for 11, the other guy goes 2 for 9, is that LeBron's fault?
I'm not saying it's LeBron's fault, but you can't say that he did not have enough help. You knew going in that this is what you had, and you still had them favored to get to the finals. So if you still have them favored to get to the finals, either they're good enough to get to the finals or they're not. There's no in between. You don't say, oh, maybe he'll get, they're good enough to get to the finals. They're a prohibited favorite to make it out of the East. He has no competition. They're going to steamroll through the whole Eastern Conference. And then you get dusted in the finals and it's, oh, LeBron didn't have help. That is a superstar double standard that only he gets. Because when any other player loses, whether it's their fault or not, the rhetoric on it is they didn't get it done. Right. LeBron seems to be the only guy where, at least from the media standpoint, we're told he got it done, but the team didn't.
Right.
And there's a precedent for this. Every time he's lost in the finals, that's what we heard. Every time. So that's all I'm saying. It pisses me off. Go Kobe.
Well, I guess I'll weigh in on that too, right quick, for the LeBron double standard. And I'd say that one thing that people just have to do when you're observing LeBron is you have to throw out numbers.
Yes.
It just has to happen. Honestly, it's the easiest thing to do. It's just throw, because it's the easiest thing for him to get. When he gets 8 assists, 6 of them came because he had the ball for 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And he just dished it out to somebody who hit a 3.
Mm-hmm.
He takes people out of their rhythm. And I could go on about this man. And not that I hate. It's just that the offensive structures that he forces on teams is not conducive to winning.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can have an elite roster. I don't care what you got Kyrie Irving and Love.
There's no excuse.
And you got all these other guys flying around, shooting threes and doing all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's no excuse. You got Thompson with his name down there getting rebounds.
Tristan,
Yeah, you got
Tristan Kardashian.
Oh my God! So it was the point where he had, now granted, it's no Durant, Curry, or Klay Thompson either. I mean, they had a squad over there too, but nevertheless, you got the biggest man, the most physical. You know what I'm saying? He knows the game. If he played basketball and not LeBron ball, I feel like Cleveland would be in much better position, and they wouldn't be 8-7. They'd probably have a few more wins.
Yeah, but I mean, any team that LeBron gets on, you have to play LeBron ball because of course, with him being the best player, you want to maximize his abilities as much as possible. It just so happens that maximizing LeBron's abilities is counterintuitive to maximizing everybody else's.
Exactly.
And so you have when you're with LeBron, you have to just surround him with 3-point shooters because he has to be able to just bulldoze his way to the hole to kick the ball out to 3-point shooters.
Right.
But like you just said, if he there is no such thing as basketball. It's only LeBron ball. When LeBron is there, it's only LeBron ball. LeBron came to the Heat and turned Wade and Bosh into LeBron ball.
Yeah.
That's what he did. And we won because we had Battier and Mike Miller and Ray Allen and all of these people hitting threes everywhere.
Right.
That's how we won. But we gonna move on. But only with LeBron, this only happens with LeBron, where a guy like Kevin Love gets on the team and the team loses, and we're talking about how Kevin Love's not good.
Right.
How does that happen?
Right.
No one's saying Kevin Love's not good in Minnesota.
Right.
He gets to Cleveland, and the Cavs as a team,
Right.
not Kevin Love, the Cavs as a team lose, and we're talking about how Kevin Love's not good.
Mm-hmm.
He's a defensive liability. No one was saying any of that shit when he was in Minnesota.
Exactly.
But whatever. Okay, number 2 for me, this is going to be real quick. Diddy proving once again this theory that I have about how we're just a group of attention seekers. Diddy changed his name. Have you heard about this? Yeah, Diddy changed his name to Brother Love. Brother-Love. And it's stupid and absurd. And he did it purely for attention seeking. It's interesting that somebody as rich and famous as him still gets on social media and seeks to grab attention by changing his name.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much all I had about that.
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna just keep going with what you got, man. These are pretty good. But I just say that, for Diddy and like you said with the attention seeking or whatever, he has to be relevant now to kids who think he's Diddy Puff and saw him wearing shiny clothes in their dad's videos.
Exactly. Yeah.
So he needs to be relevant.
He's an old guy in a young game,
right?
So he's still trying to.
He needs to be Brother Love. He needs to be something that you say every day.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to be something that you identify with strongly, personally and intimately. So whenever you think of that word, you think of Diddy.
Yeah.
It's mind control and it sucks and it didn't work.
Eminem officially unveiled the title of his next album, and it is called Revival. That's the name of. I don't know whether he's going with his R thing. Well, no, because he had the Marshall Mathers LP2 garbage sandwiched in between this and the Recovery CD, which was overrated. But yeah, it's called Revival, and hopefully it is a revival because he hasn't been good since 2002. Despite what y'all tell, despite what you may tell me, I don't care. He hasn't been good since the Eminem show. So maybe, hopefully, this is a return to form. Maybe he's calling it Revival specifically for a reason.
To weigh in on that, I'd also say that it'd be interesting to listen to it. It's an intriguing title, and also to go along with his freestyle, it'd be interesting to see which direction he takes. I did not hear the Rehab ones or the none of those other ones.
You weren't missing much.
Yeah, because
they were bad.
Yeah, and because from what I've skimmed across, I wasn't pleased.
Mm-hmm.
And he may have been visiting a dark spot for his fans, and they can all understand it and all that other good stuff. But sonically, it was terrible.
Yeah. And
hearing him pace himself over his voice 3 times, so I'm hearing 3 Eminem say one thing. That's not, you don't dub like that. I don't get it. But in any event, I still would like to give this one in particular a listen because he has caught my attention recently.
Yeah, I mean, he's a legend, so when he puts something out, you owe it, I guess, to yourself to at least give it a try.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just not that good. But someone, and we see this not just with him, but with other people who were just so great when they were at the top. You kind of live in that nostalgic mode with him, where he puts something out, you got to pay attention, and you enter it with the bias of it being an Eminem album, so it has to be good.
Mm-hmm.
So you already think it's good before you listen to it, and when you listen to it and it's not that good, you don't realize it. You still think it's good anyway, but not me, because the last couple things he's been putting out, I'll pass.
Yeah.
Next was interesting as I came across something. Star Wars has come back. I was a fan of that growing up as a kid. and they're going to continue this thing, this Disney empire. Ever since they acquired Star Wars, they putting out movies every year, which I never thought I'd see. But they're actually going to break away from the anthology and start making more movies that continue the official timeline of the franchise, not like the standalone movies like the Rogue One movie, but they're going to continue with the timeline of the actual core story, but it's going to involve whole new characters and whole new stories. So they're moving away from the whole Luke Skywalker thing, and it could work. And it might, and it could not work. It all depends. I guess it depends on who they put in charge of it. But
so they writing a whole new script now.
Yeah. These are all new stories.
Oh, wow.
They putting in new stories, new. I don't know if they're gonna base any of it on characters that are pre-existing. They just never been in movies before. Mm-hmm. But they're gonna be new stories. They're not standalone because they continue they continue the arc of the whole overall thing. So it's not that...
It's a spinoff.
Yeah, no. The spinoffs are like the Rogue One movie. They got a Han Solo one coming out. Those are spinoffs, but these movies are going to continue with the core timeline. They're just going to involve new characters and new stories.
So you can get involved in with those guys.
Yeah. So,
All right, that's lit.
Yeah, why not? I mean, hopefully it works out.
All right, well, I guess for mine is... I just want to talk about my Hurricanes right quick. We're looking good. I'm not too worried about the polls right now. I think they got us at number 3 right now, behind Clemson and
Alabama.
Yeah. And which is cool. I'm not sweating it, but I'm just proud of my guys. I've been paying attention to them and recruiting. Some of them cats, man. I've been watching them play since. Well, since it was like in their junior year of high school or whatever. So to see them out there and to be out there winning the way that they're winning convincingly like this, I'm proud of them, man. So I just want to shout out to all my UM peoples out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that Notre Dame game surprised me. I wasn't expecting that. Like, they blew the doors off of them.
No, it surprised all of us.
Yeah.
I was watching the comment section, watching during the game, and just the highlights for the videos. We weren't shocked, but we were surprised we showed up
like
so
that.
well. Yeah, so well.
Yeah.
It was a well played game, man. So yeah, it's a lot of pride. Everybody's happy about what we got going on, man. So hey, keep it up, man. You know what I'm saying? ACC championship. That's what. That's the big one.
Mm-hmm. That's against Clemson, right?
Yeah.
I like Miami doing that.
I like it too,
like
man.
Miami.
But we up there.
Yeah,
we up there, and that goddamn crowd, man. They were causing goddamn havoc over there, man. So we'll see, man. But I still like how we rolling. I like how we doing things, and honestly, you know what I'm saying. I think we can handle Clemson, man. It's just that we don't know how to feel.
Yeah.
We up here.
Yeah.
And nobody knows how to feel about it. All the analysts are
they for real? Are they back? Is the U back?
One more thing. Let me hit this right quick. First of all, and I can say any UM fan. You're a UM fan. Of course, we appreciate the swag. But stop. Analysts, stop it. You guys sound so lame with this. Oh, the U swag. Do they have their swagger? Mm-hmm. Swagger's like, bruh, because y'all convoluting the whole thing, man. And then sometimes, the players get caught up in that little wave of, hey, man, we back. What is back? There's no back.
Well, yeah, back is because y'all been losing.
Back where? Oh, who's back?
Winning? I don't know. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I don't know.
So can LSU come back or they never left? Can USC come back or they never left?
Yeah.
What's going on?
That's if USC starts winning again, we're going to say USC because they've been kind of bad for a while now, too.
I guess they would say, are they back?
They would. But the whole is the U back thing, that's uniquely UM. They've been doing that. They have been wondering since the U is back for years.
Yeah, you're right.
Going back to this is like post Willis McGahee, like Ja'Cory Harris days. They've been talking about is the U back, and it hasn't been.
I guess I don't like that. I don't like the hype.
Yeah.
I just want our guys to go out there and play football, and I just don't like the hype surrounding our team because it's always like, is they back? The U, are they swagged out enough? By the way, the chain is lit as fuck. All right, we can get into the stuff, man.
All right, and lastly, House of Cards, bro. I'm a House of Cards fan. I don't watch much TV. House of Cards is I don't know what the hell I should even say, but it's a show that I like. But the plug is being pulled on it. They've halted production completely because Kevin Spacey is a creep. Apparently, he is yet another one of these actors caught up in this sexual misconduct situation. Apparently, he was in public jerking off in potted plants, and
I can't believe that.
yeah, and just devious stuff, and so they pulled the plug on the show.
Was that recent, or that was just some other shit that you bringing up?
This is stuff people from the past is coming out of the woodwork talking about. I think there was one thing I saw where because he's gay too. He came out and said he was gay to try and deflect, but nobody fell for it.
Right, because we all knew he was gay.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's not really a big secret.
Right.
And apparently there was an issue where he was like harassing sexually a little boy. Or a teenage boy, something like that. Not an adolescent, like a teenage kid.
Mm-hmm.
Nevertheless, wrong. Can't be doing that. So Damage Control, Netflix just got rid of. They halted production. I'm not sure. Maybe I need to do some research. I don't know whether it's going to continue or whether it's done. I think the last season was the one that was going to be premiering coming up in the spring. Everything is in doubt, and it's sad because it's a good show. Mm-hmm. But goddamn Kevin Spacey with his ridiculous jerking off in public wants to kill my vibe and stop House of Cards.
That's crazy, man. The jacking off in public is actually, that shocks me. And I thought these guys were always, back. Maybe he was jerking off at a party.
I think it was a restaurant. It was some public place where you shouldn't be jerking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Into a pot?
A potted plant, I think. Yeah.
Wow, that's some psycho shit. Hey, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Wow, that's
I mean, we was talking about this a little bit before we hit record, but I don't know what it is about these people that has them doing this. But
the sexual deviance.
Yeah, decadence. Yeah, everything is coming toppling down. Mm-hmm. But
all right, well, I'll go ahead and scrape on my last one. It'll be fantasy football. Right now, I'm only in one league this year. I said I was only going to do one. That's my protest. And so I said I was right now I'm sitting at 7-3, looking good. I just picked up Aaron Rodgers because he's coming back on playoff time and it's lit right now. So my squad will be lit when playoffs come. But I just want to just go out there and just touch bases with all my frustrated fantasy owners.
There's a lot of y'all out there too.
A lot of goddamn points on the bench. Bro, you ain't the only one. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to share with y'all my formula to success. I only play PPR, by the way. So if you don't play PPR, I don't know what to say. But I'll tell you like this. My formula for success, of course, it's a 10-point rule. It's a 10-point philosophy rule. Everybody is responsible for getting 10 points. And if everybody gets 10 points, if there's 15 people on a team, that's 150, bro, you won. And if that guy gets more than 150, then he deserves to fucking win. Mm-hmm. But you just hold everybody accountable. Make sure that this guy as an individual gets 10, and he gets 10 without a touchdown. If he gets a touchdown, well, that's a bonus. But there's guys out there that get 10 points every week. Mm-hmm. So you just got to make sure you get those guys. You get guys like that, boy, your squad lit.
Yeah, you're going to be good. Yeah. I'm in a PPR. Mm-hmm. And I had Le'Veon Bell, and he didn't score a touchdown, but like you said, I think he had 14 points because he had receiving and rushing yards combined for like 14 points. I'll take that with no touchdown. With no touchdown scored.
He got 14 off muscle?
Off muscle, yeah.
I call that off muscle.
Yeah, he had it was reception yards plus the rest. He only rushed for 46 yards. No touchdown.
If you can get double digits off muscle, you're a fantasy player. You know what I'm saying? That you just plug in and what? God damn, Antonio Brown. That bitch.
Oh, yeah.
That bitch had 38 in my league.
Oh, yeah.
I traded him. Now, before you say, because I needed to do the philosophy.
but what for what?
I got 4 people for him. I got Amari Cooper.
Trash.
This
year trash.
Yeah, this year trash. But I got Brandon Cook.
Okay.
Amari Cooper, Lamar Miller, and James Winston. Now, of course, James is done.
Mm-hmm.
I've been dropped him. I just dropped Lamar Miller this week.
Mm-hmm.
So the only people that I still have from the trade is Brandon Cook and Amari Cooper. But I still like Amari Cooper because I'm holding out still. But I just say the reason why I still like him because Carr is good, and they want to target. They want to make Amari Cooper a guy. So I keep him in there. But Brandon Cook's good, and he just do the formula. He gets 10 off the mark every week.
But yeah, Amari Cooper's been. I got him too,
mm-hmm.
and I mean, compared to what he did last year, mm-hmm. he's kind of been. And some of it is self-inflicted because he drops passes, but he ain't what he was last year. That's for sure.
But to defend myself for Antonio Brown, you said, well, why the fuck would you do that? My thing was, again, when I need to do the formula, and my team was weak when it came to other people.
Yeah.
And it filled my team out. My team's filled out. Because when you look at my team now, Amari Cooper's my third receiver. He ain't my second. He ain't my first. He's my third because of that trade. And if Antonio Brown has a regular game, I lose. I lose. I don't need him. Now, granted, when I mean by regular game, he gets 8 points.
Right, yeah.
You're banking. You gave me your whole fucking team for that guy.
Yeah.
You're banking that he did what he did last week. Now, every week.
Right.
But it only takes the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. And if he do that bitch in the playoffs, because he got him and Julio Jones after that trade.
But Julio ain't been snapping either.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those two alone
big play potential ability.
Those two alone to be projected for 50 points.
Yeah.
It's like, you know. But yeah, man, I digress, man. I digress.
All right, so I want to get into this Meek Mill thing.
Meek.
Yeah.
Free Meek.
See, yeah, and that's what I want to get into. I want to touch on the Meek Mill situation because I think that it reflects a fatal flaw in the ideology of Black people as a collective. Mm-hmm. I think that it reflects how we have a propensity for victimhood, which prevents us from ceasing to be a disenfranchised people. Mm-hmm. So, are you